Okay, so welcome to part 20. All right, so let's continue, and then let's jump into our first display state here. Okay, and let's bring up some of the pictures here. Let's have a look at what we. So we're going to create this surface here, and as we can see, the inner surface here, it goes like that, right? But then it starts here on this side, and then goes up, goes right. So it goes like that. So it goes like that, up, and then it goes like that. That's going to be the inside of it, and then it's going to be outside of it. So the first thing we're going to create here is going to be this outside edge here, and for that we're going to use some construction center lines, right? So let's create those construction center lines. So the first thing we want to do is we want to add some points on plane 1 here. So make a sketch on plane 1, and then put normal to profile from back here, and then we're going to add some points. So the first point we want to add, one of them is going to be first point here. Second one is going. Of course, we're going to add some fillets on them. Of course. Second point is going here. The third point is going to bring it all here. Make sure that we are correct, because we will adding fillets on them here, and then we're going to add all here. Then we're going to add one more. Right. So we got 1, 2. So yeah, so we gotta add one more here in this corner. On this corner here, and then we're going to exit sketch here. Not exit, but press escape. Right. All right. So the next thing we need to do is we need to exit the sketch, and we're going to create some scaffoldings here. So we build our sketches, right? So let's go to sketch, and then 3D sketch, and then 3D center line. And then we want to be on the Y and Z, Y and X axis. So we're just going to make a bunch of lines like this, going from those points. So this one, and another one, this point, and make sure Z, X, Y, X, Y, and another center line, this point, and then another one, this point, and another one from this point, okay, and another one so all our lines are lining up, so that's good. Okay, so now all we have to do is we have to find those points right on the edge here. So we're gonna go to this view here, and then straight away we know that this point is going to be up here, up here, here, and the second one is going here. It's that one there. This one here. Of course, right on the corner, which looks good. And then I want to add a wrap. I want to drop a glass on. Of course, plastic glass. And then the second, so basically this one up here, the really upper one, is going to all the way here, right on the edge, and this one will just come up this edge here, right? All right. So now if we jump over to a second display set, right? All we have to do now, we just need to connect these points, and that will create this geometry on this side. So exit the sketch, and then let's jump to the 3D sketch, and we're going to use splines, and we're going to use these inner points, not the other ones. So let's from here, here, let's escape, another one, another spline, that point, the spline, this point. See, it's so much easier when you have a scaffolding created, right? So, well, that one's okay, because we're using the inner ones, so this one will come to here. So spline, this point, and another one. This point. Okay, so as we can see already, that line needs to be all the way here. So we're gonna do that here to pull this line. It's a relationship. It's here, right? And then pull this point. That. Okay, good. So forward. It's a 3D sketch. It snapped that. It's not good. It's this one. Okay. I'm gonna move this one. All right. So now we can add another spline. This point. This point. Now we. All right. That's good. So all we're gonna do now, jump into this view here, and I want to add this curve here. Want to add some here. Just gonna check from the top. So we have plenty space for the rear headlights, and so we need thickness for the surface. We're going to have thickness for the surface, and we're going to have thickness for the actual headlight as well. So if we jump into our sphere display state, have a look what we have. All right. So you can see that we have this surface here is plastic, and then we have the headlights. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to have to create again now a plane here. So let's create a plane on the front here, and we're going to drop this front plane to about here, because that kind of comes into about here because air comes through here. So let's grab a center line, and then we're just gonna pop that center to about here. Okay, exit the sketch, exit this sketch, and then let's go to plane on the line and click on the point. Okay, and all we have to do now is we're gonna go to plane 9 and make a sketch on the plane 9. Snow motor profile, and then I believe, I truly believe, that what we're going to follow is going to be this line here, these lines, right? So let's do that. So let's grab a spline, the first spline, and we're going to start from here because I want to have a drift. So the first line is gonna come up this point here. This point, second spline, come here, and then come here, and then this spline is going to come here, then this spline is going to come down to here, right? Okay. So now if we jump to our second display state, right? And if we exit this sketch and we try and on the surface sketch it, here we should have that surface, right? So press OK on that. All right. So now all we have to do with this one here is I'm going to jump into the front plane, a sketch. Okay. And then going to convert this edge here. Okay. And then I'm going to try and maybe pull this down. this line. Let's try and add a circle. So side of it's going our wheels. Got points on there. Uh, that should be that. Okay, and now let's try and see if we can trim some of the surfaces out that I was and trying to trim, right? So I don't want to trim out this whole thing that's showing. Definitely trim from the middle point out because some of the surface really. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to surfaces, but first I'm going to exit the sketch. I'm going to go to surfaces, and I'm going to end the surface outside, right. Right. So now that surface is one solid body. Okay. So now I'm going to add a plane, this plane. I'm gonna make a sketch on here. Now hopefully I still have that circle. It's fine. Make a new one. Sketch on this plane 10 that we just made. Yeah. Make sure that we are all like 10. Sketch on plane 10. Profile. And again, we're going so. Position. Okay, and now that's going to determine. So of course, let's go to extrude. Got into upper surface. Comes all the way here, which means I have to update the surface here. It's not buttoned yet. So let's go back to our edit sketch. So let's sketch. First, let's exit here. All right. So we're going to edit 3D sketch 1. let's try to I want this wheel to stay. Still cutting surface there. Right. So in that case, is we're gonna come into the sponsor surface that we have made. Surface picture. Gonna have to add a control line. This line. That. Gonna roll back. Okay. And then roll a little. Let's get so separate catches. So yeah, gonna have to. Okay, so in the next tutorial, we will go back and going to fix that so it's not cutting into the surface. But for now, I am going to cut this out just to see how it looks, and then in the next tutorial, fix that. So I want to cut all the way here. That in. Okay. And of course, the surface comes. That's where the wheel is going actually. All right, so let's read this cut. Okay, and let's mirror this over to the side. This one. In the next tutorial, we take off this. All right, so that completes this tutorial, part part 20, and I see you back.